Good afternoon. Welcome to DYPDC campus. Could you start by telling us a little bit about your background?
Well, I have an engineering background. I studied naval architecture originally and worked on the optimization of streamlined shapes, which has to do with automotive design a bit,
Right.
but then shifted towards design and design theory and systems theory, and worked in several professorships, and now finally came to Braunschweig University of Arts and teaching design science there, but not only in a theoretical way, but also attached to practical projects, research projects.
Was there a particular reason why you shifted to design?
But the reason why I shifted to design, because engineering was a bit too narrow-minded for me. I was missing, for example, history. I was missing aesthetics, and that was the reason I came to design.
Right. What does design mean to you?
It means shaping our built, our made environment in a responsible way.
Yeah. Right. How did you get interested in automobile design per se?
At the very beginning of my career after my PhD, I had a short time with Volkswagen in the area of computer-aided design. It was in the 80s, in the 1980s, when big CAD systems were introduced. We did benchmarks with these systems for Volkswagen. We developed software for the German automotive industry and the German Standardization Institute, which is called DIN. But then I went away from automotive industry, and finally, just half a year ago, I came back to this field. And I'm not an expert in automotive design, but I think I'm an expert in methodology and design theory, but I want to apply it in real projects.
Right. Could you tell us a little bit about the upcoming lecture, which you're going to be a part of, in brief?
Yeah, the background is a kind of methodology on systems thinking for understanding situations, for scenario building, for projecting things into the future, and for synthesizing things. But there will be no time for really bringing up solutions. My interest is to introduce the students to kind of handling complexity, dealing with complexity, and giving them an impression of scenario building, thinking, say, 5, 10, 20 years ahead. I'm not so much interested in just actual market affairs.
Right.
I know it's a different interest. You are interested in getting students for the Indian market. I'm interested in more long-term developments, but I think it can be a good combination.
Sure. And is this the first out-of-country lecture? Is this India as the first destination, or you've been to other countries before?
No, I've been in many other countries before.
That's right. Where could you just give a brief of where?
In Canada, in the University of Montreal, in Korea, in Busan, in Korea, in Denmark.
Wow. Okay.
In Italy, several places.
Right. Okay. That's nice. What are your thoughts on the automotive design scene in India? Could you comment a little bit about that? What's the current scene? How do you perceive it? Going forward.
I'm not really an expert in this, but of course I heard about the Tata Nano project, and that it was not a total success. Because it was announced or marketed in a not quite appropriate way. maybe it doesn't work to sell a car for poor people. People don't want to be poor, and they don't want to drive a car for poor people.
All right.
So, yeah, I think there's a big future for the automotive industry in India.
Right.
But we should also think about the post-fossil ages. That means your shift towards, for example, electromobility has to be rather fast.
Right. What do you think about this initiative about DYPDC School of Automotive Design? How do you feel it's going to sort of benefit the upcoming youth who are interested in design, and how is this going to shape the future of the automobile designers in India?
As far as I know, it's the most important and the biggest and the best school of this kind. And I think you have a big responsibility in educating them, not only as technical experts, but also as responsible designers for the future of mankind.
Right.
Mobility is
correct.
An essential part of the development.
Yeah.
And we have to take care of the environment.
Certainly. What's your one word of advice to upcoming designers?
I think it's have fun.
Yeah.
This is the most important motivation for designers, I think.
Right.
And have a broad view.
Right. All right. Thank you very much for your time, sir.